And here the 15th sum, look at once and the page number A72. On 15th March 2014, Mr. R.V. Reddy, age of 45 years, purchased 500 listed shares of a limited company in Bombay Stock Exchange at the rate of 120, and he transferred on 10th March 2019 at the rate 800. It means that he sold by 800 and 500 shares into 800, you're going to get here 4 lakhs. And each and paid the selling expenses of 1000, and these selling expenses is going to be deducted. We can call it as transfer expense also. So 4 lakhs minus 1000, you're getting here the net consideration as 3,99,000. And look at the question, income from other sources is 6,70,000 he has given. So here we need to calculate the indexed cost of acquisition into 2 steps. Why? Because see on the screen, so here the shares are sold in the recognized stock exchange in India. So here the consideration received is 4 lakhs and the transfer expenses is 1000. Then you're getting here net consideration is 3,99,000. And then to calculate the cost of acquisition, 2 steps you have to make, that is whichever is higher from the following. So here the cost of acquisition is given here 500 at the rate 120, then you are going to get 60,000. And another step you are going to make here the lower of the following 2 amounts. So here the fair market value is given in the question itself. On 31st January 2018, 500 shares were purchased at the rate of 450 is said here, and this 450 into 500, you are getting here 2,25,000. And here the sale consideration, just now already we calculated here the 4 lakhs. So 2,25,000 and 4 lakhs, whichever is less, we are calling here the lower amount we have to consider. In this two, we have to the lower we are calling here 2,25,000, and it will be compared with the 60,000. Whichever is higher in this two, we have to take the higher one. That for the cost of acquisition become here 2,25,000. So here the 2,25,000, and then from 3,99,000, if you deduct the 2,25,000, you are going to get the income from capital gain. How much you are going to get here? 1,74,000. Once again, listen here. Here the consideration received is 500, and he sold it at the rate of 800. 500 into 800, you are going to get here 4 lakhs. Transfer expenses given here 1,000. 4 lakhs minus 1,000, you are getting here 3,99,000. And then the cost of acquisition is going to be made. Why? Because it is the recognized stock exchange. So then 2 steps you have to make here. The cost of acquisition in step A, 500 at the rate of 120 as given in the question itself. That is the 60,000 we got here, the cost for the shares. And here the fair market value as given on 31st January 2018 has given 450, and 500 into 450, you are getting here 2,25,000. And then the sale consideration he has given here the 500 into each share 100, so that is 4 lakhs. So 225 and 4 lakhs, which is the least one in this. 225 is the least one, and that will be compared with the cost with 60,000. Whichever is higher will be taken. So that is 225, and this 225 we are going to write as cost of acquisition. And 3,99,000 minus 2,25,000, you are going to get income from capital gain as 1,74,000. We know the shares, if any asset is sold more than 1 year, if he is keep in his hands by the hands of the assessee is having more than 1 year, we are calling as a long term. So we know the long term capital gain on equity shares 1 lakh is exempted. See here, the long term capital gain on equity shares is exempted up to 1 lakh, and excess amount is going to be taxed at the rate of 10%. So therefore we got 1,74,000 here. 1,74,000 minus 1 lakh, you're getting here 74,000, and the 74,000 will be taxed at a flat rate of 10%. That is the 7,400 we are going to get. And he has given in the question itself, income from other heads is 6,70,000. So the 6,70,000, the assess is a non-senior, and for the non-senior we know very well what we are going to write here: slab, income, tax rate, and amount. So for the non-senior up to 2,50,000, that is means 0 to 2,50,000, the income will become here 2,50,000. So the tax rate become here nil, amount is nil. And what is the next slab? 2,50,000, 1 rupee to 5 lakhs. And that is the difference we got here, 2,50,000 as income. This for understanding I gave this step to you. and 2,50,000 into 5%, you're getting here 12,500. And next 5 lakh 1 to 6,70,000, that is 1,70,000 the difference, and that is a 20% the flat rate you have to calculate, and 1,70,000 into 20 by 100, you're getting here 34,000. Now 12,500 and 34,000, by adding both you're getting here 46,500. And this long-term capital gain tax we got 7,400, and income from other heads we got 46,500, and this 7,400 plus 46,500, you're getting here 53,900. And now you have to add health and education says 4% of 53,900, you're getting here 2,156. Then we are getting a tax liability of 56,056. The income tax is going to be rounded off nearest 10 rupees, that is 56,060. Once again, listen this question. So here the shares are sold in the recognized stock exchange. When they sold in the recognized stock exchange in India, we have to make the calculation like this. The consideration received is 500 into 800. You got here the 4 lakhs. Transfer expenses 1,000. Then you got here the 3,99,000. And then the cost of acquisition is going to be made in 2 steps. That is a cost of acquisition 500 into 120. That is a 60,000, and lower the following 2 amounts and the fair market value. Once again, listen here. In the question itself, he has given on 31st January 2018 is 450. So 500 into 450, that is 2,25,000, and sale consideration is 500 into 800, and that is a 4 lakhs. The whichever is less we have to consider, that is 2,25,000. Now we have to make whichever is higher from 60,000 to 225. The highest is 225. So the cost of acquisition is 2,25,000. So income from capital gain is 1,74,000. Listen everyone carefully once again here. And here the tax liability is the long-term capital gain on equity shares is exempted up to 1 lakh. The excess of 1 lakh is going to be taxed at the rate of 10%. So that is 1,74,000 minus 1 lakh. You are getting here 74,000. That is at the rate 10%. You are getting here 7,400. So here we are going to make as a slab basis, slab income tax rate and amount up to 2,50,000. The income is 2,50,000. Tax rate is nil. Amount will become here nil. So 2,50,000 1 rupee to 5 lakhs. The income is here 2,50,000 and 5%. You're getting here 12,500, and 5 lakh 1 to 6 lakh 70, that is 1 lakh 70, and 20%. You're getting here 34,000. 12,500 plus 34,000. You're getting here 46,500. 7,400 plus 46,500. You're getting here 53,900. And health and education says you need to calculate the 4%. So that is 2,156. Here we cannot consider the rebate. Why? Because it's having income from other heads as more than 3,50,000, that is 670. So here 53,900 plus this 2,156 we got here 56,056, or the nearest 10 rupees it is going to be rounded off 56,060. Now look at the 16th question. I'm going to read once. So here on 15th June 2002, Mr. B.R. Vijay purchased 600 listed equity shares of a limited company in Bombay Stock Exchange at the rate of 250 each. The cost inflation index he has given 105, and calculate the tax liability listed in each of the following situations if income from other heads is 2,70,000. And in this question, what is asking here, 2 situations he has given. One situation he is saying here, the shares are sold in the recognized stock exchange. In the second situation, what he was saying here, the shares are sold in the unrecognized stock exchange. Now I'm going to read, look at once. If the shares are sold on 11 July 2018 at the rate 720 per share in a recognized stock exchange in India, and fair market value as on 31st January 2018 is 600. And situation 2, what he was saying, if the shares are sold 11/7/2018 at the rate of 720 per share in an unrecognized stock exchange or sold privately. So listen here. And when he sold the recognized stock exchange, you need to make the 2 steps. One is small a and small b. Just now I said, here we are going to take the cost of the shares. And the second point, we are going to compare the FMV with the sale price. FMV with the sale price, whichever is less we have to take. Then we have to compare with the cost. and whichever is higher will be taken as cost of acquisition when the shares are sold in the recognized stock exchange. And in the situation 2, when the shares are sold in the unrecognized stock exchange, you need to make 2 steps. One, we are calling here the with indexation, 20% we are going to take. Without indexation, 10% you have to make. So first look at the screen once. Shares are sold in a recognized stock exchange in India. That is the situation 1 is said. And once again, listen here, consideration received. The 600 shares were sold at the rate of 720. He has given in the situation 1, you can see there the share price 720. So that is 4,32,000. And the transfer expenses he has not given, that we are going to write here nil. So from the 4,32,000, if you deduct the nil, you are getting here 4,32,000 as net consideration. So then we need to make the cost of acquisition. Just now I said is going to be done in 2 steps. First, look at here. The cost of acquisition is whichever is higher from the following. That is, A will be compared with the B. And A is the cost of acquisition 600 and he has purchased a price of 250. So 600 into 250, you are getting here 1,50,000. This is the cost of the shares. And next, lower of the following 2 amounts. Lower of the following 2 amounts, or else we can say whichever is less. That is, the FMB will be compared with the sale price. Remember always here. So the fair market value on 31st January 2018, 600 into 600, that you are getting here 3,60,000. How much you are getting here? 3,60,000. And then the sale price, already we got here the same thing, 600 into 720, that is 4,32,000. So first these two we have to compare. What is saying here? Whichever is less, lower of the following, least of the following. 4,32,000, 3,60,000. Which is the least one here? 3,60,000. Now we have to compare with the cost. In these two we have to take the highest one, higher one. So that is 1,50,000 and 3,60,000. Which is the highest one? So 3,60,000 is the highest one. So cost of acquisition become here 3,60,000. So now cost of acquisition is going to be subtracted from the net consideration received. So 4,32,000 minus 3,60,000, you are getting income from capital gain here 72,000. So this is the assessee held by the assessee more than 1 year. We are calling here long-term capital gain. And while making the calculation, once again listen here, the long-term capital gain on, please remember this very important point, the long-term capital gain on equity shares is exempted up to 1 lakh rupees. And excess of 1 lakh will be taxed at the rate of 10%. Keep in mind. So here he got 72,000. The 72,000 is below the 1 lakh or above the 1 lakh? It's below the 1 lakh. So that is 72,000 he got, but exemption is there up to 1 lakh. Therefore, the long-term capital gain will become here nil. The tax also, long-term capital gain is nil. But he has given income from other heads as 2,70,000. So here slab, income, tax rate and amount. So here up to 2,50,000, the income is here 2,50,000, tax rate is nil, then amount will become here nil. And 2,50,000, 1 rupee to 2,70,000, the income will become here 20,000, tax rate become here 5%, then the amount is here 1,000. So nil plus 1,000, you will get 1,000. And here the tax rebate, we know very well 87A, whichever is less. Why? Because the below 3,50,000, the rebate can be given for him. And here A is 1,000 and B is 2,500, which is the least one in this 1,000. So 1,000 minus 1,000, the tax liability become here nil. Once again, listen. When the shares are sold in the recognized stock exchange in India, 600 into 720, the consideration received we got here 4,32,000. Transfer expense is nil. Then net consideration you got here 4,32,000. Cost of acquisition, you have to make these 2 steps, and cost of acquisition is 600 into 250, it is a cost 1,50,000 we got, and lower of the 2 amounts which will be compared with FMB with the sale price, and that is 31st December 2018 is 600 into 600, you got 3,60,000, and sale consideration is 600 into 720, you got 4,32,000. By comparing this, the least amount is 3,60,000, and 150, 360. With the highest one you have to take, that is 3,60,000. It will be subtracted. Then you're getting here the long-term capital gain as 72,000. And while calculating the tax liability, the long-term capital gain on shares is exempted up to 1 lakh. So here the 72,000 he had, 1 lakh is an exemption. Therefore, the taxable amount is nil. Tax also nil on long-term capital gain. And then we have to make the slab for 2,70,000 income from other heads. That is up to 2,50,000. The income I gave a special step for you. This is 2,50,000. How you got 2,50,000 minus 0? You will get 2,50,000. And then tax rate is nil. Amount also nil. And 2,50,000 1 rupee. The next rupee we are calling here 2,50,000 1 rupee to 2,70,000. The difference we are calling here 20,000. 20,000 into 5%, you're getting here 1,000. Nil plus 1,000, you're getting 1,000. And this nil and 1,000, you're getting here 1,000. And then the less tax rebate. Why? Because the assessee is having below 3,50,000. That's why we can avail a rebate. So 87A, whichever is less, 1,000, 2,500, which is the least one in this 1,000. That 1,000 minus 1,000, you're getting tax liability as nil. And coming to the situation 2, just now I said here you need to make the 2 steps. One is with indexation and without indexation. Here assessee having an option according to his choice. Already we discussed in our sessions, and according to his choice he is going to pay the tax. Normally any assessee will pay the tax very less. So here assessee can opt a choice, either with indexation is 20%, without indexation is 10%. Again the same thing here, the consideration received here 600 into 720, you got 4,32,000, 4,32,000. Transfer expense nil in nil, both the cases. And then by deducting this, we know very well we are getting here net consideration received, that is 4,32,000 and 4,32,000. And here remember always, when I am saying with indexation, you need to make the indexation of the cost of asset here multiplied with the index. And here without indexation, only the cost of the asset we are going to write here. So see here, the cost of acquisition 600 shares was purchased at 250. So here the 1,50,000, and that without indexation I wrote here cost of acquisition as 1,50,000. Please don't get confused here. And the remaining, when we are saying with indexation, the indexation, what is the formula we learned in the last sums? The indexed cost of acquisition is equal to cost of asset into previous year index divided by purchase year index. Once again, cost of asset into previous year index divided by purchase year index. So here the cost just now we got 600 into 250, 1,50,000. That is going to be multiplied with the indexation. So here 1,50,000 into 280 by 105. So you are getting here 4 lakhs. And this 4 lakhs I wrote here. And next, coming to the income from other heads, he had, by deducting this, we getting here income from capital gain as 32,000, and here 432 minus 150, you're getting 2,82,000. And just don't get confused here. We are saying the 20% is a tax rate. Here we are saying tax rate is a 10%. So 32,000 into 20 by 100, you're getting here 6,400. And here 2,82,000 into 10%, you're getting 28,200. And while calculating the tax liability, we are going to consider normally any assessee according to his option. See here 6,400, 28,200. Normally which one we select? The lesser one is going to select. So see here the tax liability 2,70,000 he has given income from other heads up to 250 nil, and 2,50,000 1 rupee to 270, that is 20,000, 5%, 1,000. And here long term capital gain, just now we got the 6,400. Again I am showing the calculation part here, that is 6,400 he got a tax. How we got 32,000, 20% is getting 6,400. So 1,000 plus 6,400 is getting 7,400, and this is 2,70,000. So 3,50,000 kante below. That's why we have to give the rebate. So tax rebate according to the section 87 capital A, whichever is less. So 7,400 and 2,500, which is the least one? 2,500. So 7,400 minus 2,500 is getting 4,900. And health and education says 4% of this 4,900. 4,900 into 4 by 100. You are getting here 196. So 4,900, 196, you are getting here tax liability 5096. Or nearest to 10 rupee, we are calling here 5,100. And you can refer all these similar sums are there, and we'll go for the different one is the 24th sum. And coming to the business assets, and look at the textbook. See here. And Sri Deepak Agarwal purchased a machinery for a business purpose and whose written down value at the beginning of the previous year is 17,25,000 he has given. During the previous year, he sold 21,40,000. This will become here consideration received, and selling expenses were 11,200. You know that it will be deducted from the consideration received. Then we are getting net consideration, and calculate the capital gain and tax liability if there is no other income. So here the written down value that will become the cost of acquisition. By deducting that, you are getting here the capital gain, which we can call as short-term capital gain. Please remember this point. And here the consideration received is 21,40,000. What is the heading you are going to write here? The computation of Mr. Sri Deepak Agarwal income from capital gain for the assessment year 2019 to 20. And consideration received here 21,40,000. Transfer expense become here 11,200, and net consideration 21,28,800. And then here, just now I said the written down value will become here the cost of acquisition. Why? Because see the note, and transferred asset is going to be used in the business subject to the depreciation. The profit on the transferred asset will become the short term gain, and it will be taxed on the slab basis. So here 2128 we got a net consideration. WDV has given in the book itself 1725, and that you have to subtract, then you are getting here 4,03,800. And in this question, income from other heads is not given. He said nil. So that's why these 4,03,800 we are going to calculate at a slab basis. So these can we calculate the depreciation on this asset or not? Tell me. So here the what is machinery. So machinery is going to be used for a business purpose. On such assets we are going to calculate the depreciation. Whenever such assets we got, we are calling as a short term assets, and that will be taxed on the slab basis. So see here, and the slab he has given here up to 2,50,000. He has not mentioned the age, that's why we have to take the non-senior. Up to 2,50,000, 2,50,000, nil. Therefore 2,50,000 1 rupee to this 4,03,800, and that is the difference we're getting here 1,53,800. 5% you're getting here 7,690, and by adding this you got 7,690, and then we have to calculate health and education is 4%, that is 308. By adding that, we are going to get 7,998, or the nearest we are calling as 8,000. Once again, remember the assets which we can use for a business purpose subject to the depreciation, we are calling as a short-term asset. Gain on that asset we are calling as short-term capital gain. If you get a loss on that asset, we are calling as short-term capital loss, and that will be taxed on the slab basis. Now look at the 26th sum, little different from this sum, and look at once. I will going to read the sum once again, and look at your textbook, and that is Sri Sadhu Ram is holding the following assets in his business, and for the last 23 years, he sold all the assets during the previous year. Calculate the capital gain and tax liability if the income from house property is 84,000. And he has given in this question is particulars, book value, selling price, and selling expenses. So he look at here once: buildings, machinery, furniture. Buildings and machinery and furniture. These three are the business assets. But whereas a land,
yes, sir,
it is a long-term capital gain. So that's why you have to consider it here by calculating, and is given a percentage. We know the selling prices or expenses how we are going to get, and selling price will be multiplied with a given percentage. You are going to get the transfer expense. And look at here. So here the consideration received, we are going to write computation of Sadhu Ram's income from capital for the assessment year 2019 to 20. The building 35 lakhs, machinery 10,90,000, furniture 30,000, and 8,51,000. So here the buildings, the transfer expense, selling price into given percentage, that is 35 lakhs into 2%, 70,000, machinery 10,90,000 into 8%, 87,200, and 30,000 into 15%, 4,500, 8,51,000 into 1%, you are getting here 8,510. So that we are going to write here. So from the building, 35 lakhs 70,000 deduct, you are going to get 34 lakhs 30,000 as net consideration. For machinery, 10 lakh 90,000 87,200, you are getting here 10 lakhs 2,800, and for furniture 30,000 minus and 4,500.
Slow, sir.
Okay, land 8 lakh 51,000, that is 1%, 8,510, and here you are getting 34 lakhs 30,000, 10 lakhs 2,800, 25,500, 8 lakh 42,490. So here for the cost of acquisition, once again remember, once again I am saying the building, machinery, furniture. Please listen carefully this point. These are belongs to the business assets. Hence, the profit on this business asset we are going to call as short-term capital assets. Gain on this asset we are calling as short-term capital gain. If you get a loss, we are calling as short-term capital loss. But in the case of land, it is a business asset, but not to the subject to depreciation. We are calling as long-term capital gain. Look at these notes once. So here, all the assets are business assets except the depreciation we are calling as short-term capital gain, and it is going to be taxed while calculating tax liability slab basis. But the land is a business asset but is not subject to the depreciation, and more than 3 years we are calling as long-term capital gain. It will be taxed at a flat rate of 20%. And look at here. So here the index cost of acquisition, and here the book value cost of acquisition, you have to take the book value. That you can see the question in the 23 15,000 and 11 5 and 22 and nil. But index cost of acquisition we have to make for only for land. So we know the index cost of acquisition, cost of asset into previous year index divided by 100 or base year index. So that is 1,20,000. He has given in the question itself 100. 280 by 100, you are getting here 3,36,000. So that we have substituted here. So by deducting this, when we are saying plus, I said building, machinery, furniture is a short-term assets, short-term gain, short-term loss, short-term gain. But this is the long-term capital gain, remember. So here, while calculating the tax liability, short-term capital gain. First, if I ask overall short-term capital gain, how much? What we are going to do? This plus we have to add, this minus we have to subtract. And here he has given one more income, that is income from house property. He has given 84,000. That will be added to this. Why? Because these are going to be taxed on the slab basis, but this will be taxed at a flat rate. So now look at here once. So short-term capital gain, building, furniture minus machinery, because machinery we got a loss. So 11,15,000 plus 3,500 minus 1,02,200. This one, this and this we have to plus, this you have to minus. Okay, then we are getting here 10 lakhs 60. Now you have to add income from house property, this 84,000. Then you are getting the income from other heads is here 11 lakhs 300. So these are going to be taxed on the slab basis, but this land will be taxed on the flat rate at a 20%. So now look at here, we know slab, income, tax rate and amount. For the sake of you only, I mentioned this special step to you. Up to 2,50,000, 2,50,000.
Okay, sir.
2,50,000, 1 rupee to 5 lakhs, 2,50,000, 5%, 12,500, and 5 lakh 1 to 10 lakhs. Please keep what everyone. So 5 lakh 1 to 10 lakhs, that is a 5 lakhs, 20%, and that is you are getting here 1 lakh. And 10 lakh 1 to 11 lakh 300. The difference you are getting here 1 lakh 300, and the tax rate is 30%. You are getting here 3090. So 12,500, 1 lakh, and 3090. By adding this, you are getting here 1,42,590. But whereas just now I said the land is a long term, and for this long term will be taxed at a flat rate of 20%.